watching Athens Community Television, Cable Channel 7, a community service of Ohio University.
Noon, find out Athens is stepping into the information age and what this could do for your future.
And it's been a hot topic in the presidential debate, but we may have found a way for you to get cheaper prescription drugs without Gore or Bush's help.
And are you having trouble finding a house for next year? ACTV7 may be able to help. All this plus sports and weather. ACTV7 News at noon starts now.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us on this edition of ACTV7 News at noon. I'm Nicole Slesser.
And I'm Keith Pearson. Our top story takes us live to the newsroom. Athens and its surrounding counties are in for a huge change, and it's all for the better. Live in the newsroom is reporter Jessica Zins to fill us in on the information.
That's right, Keith. It's information technology, and it's causing big excitement in our area. New jobs will be created, and opportunity will be knocking the doors down. The world of technology is growing fast, and Southeast Ohio doesn't want to be left behind. That's why these guests at the kickoff of the new Information Technology Alliance of Appalachia were attentive. Using the technology they already have, Alliance board members, professors, and planners held a teleconference between Ohio University and Shawnee State near Portsmouth. Congressman Ted Strickland joined the ceremony via satellite from Washington.
And it's a wonderful technology, but I think it's just the beginning of what we can expect in the future if we, in fact, do the right things today.
The Alliance will help bring in and develop high technology businesses. The idea is to move Ohio out of the manufacturing and agricultural age and into the information age. Southeast Ohio is the last part of the state to get an IT group. This new IT alliance covers 15 counties in South and Southeast Ohio, and those counties are home to multiple universities. So what does all of this mean for the students?
As the students directly, it probably won't affect me exactly. It'll affect the students that come after me. I can't think of anything about this that isn't exciting. We have students who, local students who would like local opportunities. We would have students from outside this part of the state who come here who seek internship and short-term employment while they're here, so it's good there.
Now, the state has kicked in over $200,000 to get this information technology program up and running. The Alliance wants to hold roundtable discussions with business and education leaders, and they want to work on ways to keep young technocrats here in our area. Back to you.
Thanks, Jessica. These information technology groups began in Ohio this past July in Dayton. In an effort to improve the quality of life in Appalachia, the Appalachian Regional Commission wants to spend $85 million over the next 5 years in the 13-state region, including 10 counties here in Ohio. The ARC said it could guarantee $10 million to be used for economic development, including improving health care. The Commission says the money is needed to improve phone service and to provide people with affordable, high-speed internet access.
As we reported earlier this week, the retail development on East State Street has started, but the controversy hasn't died down. The site work started Friday. Construction crews are tearing up the old university runway. There are some concerns that developing this area will make the area more susceptible to flooding, but developers and university officials say the construction won't harm the environment. They also say the retail complex will help the city's economy.
The land will become taxable to benefit the community. There's significant taxes will be paid. So our interest is not simply always making money. It's an interest in upgrading the quality of life in the community.
To develop a local economy that's sustainable, that's not dependent on the whims of big corporations that suck the money out of the community. We need to develop a local economy that keeps the money here and circulates the money, and then you have a healthy economy.
Community activist Art Gish says he will boycott any major corporate department store opening, even if he goes to jail. There are some Athens residents who think a Walmart or other big box store would fill residents' needs. Missed appointments and week-long waits have Ameritech customers complaining, with cost to their parent company. State regulators have blocked Ameritech from paying a dividend to its parent company, SBC Communications, because of an Ohio state law. The Public Utilities Commission acted on the law yesterday because the company didn't meet state standards. Stockholders in SBC will still be paid, but Ameritech cannot contribute. Ameritech stockholders were not the only ones worried yesterday. At this time yesterday, we were telling you about the sharp decline in stocks, but today the tables have turned. Wall Street rebounded with a high open. Right now, the Dow Jones is up more than 100 points, and the NASDAQ is up more than 200.
One person has been killed and 5 others injured in a suicide bombing in the Sri Lankan capital of Colombo. The blast took place opposite of the municipal council building, 2 kilometers southeast of the city center. A witness said a bomber had been stopped by the police just before the explosion. Police said the bomb went off less than 30 minutes before the country's new cabinet was scheduled to be sworn in. An agreement has been reached between Israel and Palestine and tensions are beginning to ease, but protests continued Wednesday in Palo Alto, California. Tensions rose as separate pro-Israeli and pro-Palestinian protesters voiced their concern over the turmoil in the Middle East. In Palo Alto, California, protesters cried, "No justice, no peace." They sang songs and prayed for peace in the Middle East. It was definitely a pro-Israeli rally when a man carrying a sign expressing anti-Israeli sentiments. A scuffle began, but police broke it up. Some hope the two sides can find ways to coexist so that peace can resound in the Middle East.
It's that time of year. OU students are in the middle of the housing scramble looking for a place to live next year. Aaron Kinzel takes a look at their desperate search.
It's keeping us informed so we know that what's going on with the situation. To just stop paying is an easy way to get the computer system to kick out that name and for us to then have to take action on that.
Landlords say sometimes students change their minds in the spring and more housing suddenly becomes available. Sheriff's deputies went after deadbeat parents in Athens and dozens of other Ohio counties. Yesterday, deputies swept through 45 area counties to round up parents and don't pay child support. The numbers aren't back yet for Athens, but 22 were arrested in Franklin, Licking, Pickaway, and Union counties. Those arrests came from 91 warrants, and all but 5 were men. Tracy Galley from County Family Services says there are many ways to prevent being late with a payment.
What's going on with the situation. To just stop paying is an easy way to get the computer system to kick out that name and for us to then have to take action on that.
In Athens County, there are 3,000 to 4,000 parents paying child support.
A restaurant in Monroe County was robbed for the second time this year. Early in the year, burglars stole a safe and a cash register, but yesterday they made off with a little more, a 300-pound ATM machine. While there was only $120 in the ATM, the actual machine itself is worth $11,000. And a major discovery in the finding most deadly form of breast cancer. Don't touch that dial. ACTV7 News at noon continues in just a moment.
As the Ebola virus spreads through Uganda, find out what the U.S. is doing to find the deadly disease.
It's my birthday! Oh, it's so pretty! Oh, I told you! Don't be bringing that weak stuff in here! Yeah! Who's the man? Who's the man?
How important was it for you to write for...
Exercised lately.
There is a
In Salisbury, Maryland, the hungry are being fed. In Wind Falls, Indiana, a man who learned to read at 47 is making sure others learn earlier. Every day, someone in America is doing something to light up another life. But there is so much more to do. The light to do it is within us all. We only need to share it.
crackhead, drug dealer, street hustler, gang member. All kicked out of the community with the help of kids like me.
Me.
Us. You can make a difference. We have the power to help prevent crime. Call 1-800-722-TEENS to find out what you can do in your community.
It's time we're judged by
What we do.
not how we look.
All kids have trouble staying within the lines. After the 3rd grade, it could be a sign of a learning disability. With the right help, most kids go on to do well in school. Call now to help your child manage his learning disability. There's no reason to be held back.
It's that time of year. OU students are in the middle of the housing scramble looking for a place to live next year. Aaron Kinzel takes a look at their desperate search.
Dave Whitaker can sit back and relax in front of the TV. He has a place to live next year.
I'm calling about your house on West State. I was wondering if it was still available.
Meanwhile, Jen Albanese continues her search. She didn't re-sign her lease in time, and now she's panicking. Her deadline to re-sign was the first week of September.
But if you're not coming back next year, like, how are you supposed to know that the first week of school?
Jen didn't act fast enough, but Dave got lucky and re-signed just in time.
They wouldn't have even called us to let us know that somebody else wanted to sign our house or anything. We would have just been homeless.
Landlords blame students for the housing rush. They say students clamored for rental lists the very first day of classes.
He said, "Why are you here? What's prompted you to come in today?" And I think the consensus was we've got the first day of classes under our belts and we want certain locations and we're going to start today.
It's pretty frustrating when most rental lists have available housing already crossed off. But landlords say the housing is available. Now it's just going to be farther from campus.
Houses on Court are gone. Anything on Congress is gone.
And time to decide is also almost gone. Most landlords want their properties leased by Thanksgiving. Reporting in Athens, I'm Erin Kinzel.
Landlords say sometimes students change their minds in the spring and more housing suddenly becomes available. Scientists were able to make a major breakthrough in the battle against breast cancer. A study at the University of Michigan was able to find the gene that's responsible for inflammatory breast cancer, the most deadly form of breast cancer. IBC occurs in only 6% of the breast cancer diagnosis each year. Only 45% of women with IBC live for more than 5 years. Health officials think they have a clue as to where Uganda's first outbreak of the Ebola virus began, with the death of a woman in early September. Ebola is now racing across a region in northern Uganda, outstripping meager medical resources. 7 of the first victims' relatives have died too, the virus spreading among them through communal burial rituals. Health officials are now stressing prevention as they try to contain this deadly outbreak.
My number of preparation to social mobilization and strengthening the capacity of health facilities. In district level, there are also task forces which are established from NGOs and also from the government to coordinate the effort to contain the epidemic.
At least 39 people have died, and officials say the number of cases could triple by Thursday. This infection carries a 90% mortality rate.
The U.S. Senate has approved a measure that would allow U.S.-made prescription drugs to be re-imported from countries such as Canada. This measure would allow pharmacists and wholesalers to resell the medicines at a discount in the U.S. CNN's Eileen O'Connor has more.
66-year-old Charlotte Walton was one of dozens of seniors who used to travel by bus to Canada to buy her prescription drugs at half the cost.
There I saved half the price of what I would have paid here in the United States.
A congressional amendment will allow her local pharmacist to re-import her prescriptions from Canada at the cheaper price the Canadian government negotiates for its national health care patients. Charlotte says the bill will help many seniors who are having trouble paying for their prescriptions. Don Marvin, a senior citizen advocate, says there are several ways the drug companies can get around the bill.
One way is to clearly limit the amount of drugs that are being sent into Canada. A second way is to require FDA inspections of all the drugs being reimported to this country, even though they're made in this country.
Republican lawmakers say they have closed as many loopholes as they possibly can, that this is a good bill.
The drug companies do not like this bill, and the reason they don't like this bill is they think it's going to be effective.
But administration officials say the only way to guarantee seniors the relief they need is to allow them under Medicare to band together and negotiate with drug companies the same kinds of discounts the Canadian government and insurance companies have. Charlotte Walton says she's never understood why she and other seniors here couldn't always get those same discounts.
It makes me angry, and I've heard a lot of comments on it that other people feel the same way. Why can't we get it?
For now, says Congress, they will. Eileen O'Connor, CNN, Washington.
Some say drug reimportation may be the only answer for inexpensive prescription drugs at this time. As homecoming weekend kicks off in Athens, will Mother Nature be kind? Shani Israel will join us with weather.
And just how valuable is the foot in football? Dave Smolowitz has the latest in sports. Stay tuned.
Can count on you to do what Smokey says. Smokey says.
Only you.
No, you don't play with matches. That's not cool. Tell mom and dad to break them, stomp them. Yeah, that's the rule.
And when your folks desire to build a fire, clear brush and branches away, and keep water nearby like you oughta. Did someone say otter?
We're all counting on you.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Help wanted. Immediate openings available. For the most important jobs in America, helping the organizations that help children. Whatever you can do, in whatever time you have, you can make a difference. To learn how you can help in your community, reach us at this web address and number. We're fighting for the children. Whose side are you on?
One out of every 4 babies is not fully immunized. Your child could get a deadly disease. Get all your baby's shots before age 2. You gave them life. Protect it.
Here's my nephew Scruff about to run into trouble again.
Hey, Bobo, where's your video game? In here. Well, look at this. Uh-oh, it's my dad's. You want to hold it? What'll I do?
If you get my new comic activity book, More Adventures with Scruff, you'll find out what you can do about bullies and guns. And you'll see lots of games.
Cool.
For your free copy of my new comic activity book, just write Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652, and help take a bite out of crime.
I want it.
And Dave Smolowitz joins us with sports.
David, even without baseball, another big day in sports.
And you know what the funny thing about everything is, Nicole and Keith? Some days are more exciting in sports, but at the same time, sports never stops. These bags, ladies and gentlemen, they're real. In any case, just one day after setting the NHL record for most wins by a goaltender, Patrick Waugh was in Columbus as the Blue Jackets and Avalanche met up. One thing to note, he didn't play. Waugh to watch this game from the bench as Dave Ivesher got the start in net. There's Waugh enjoying it. There's Ivesher getting ready to play. We go now first period. Buckeyes up 1-0. And check out this fancy footwork coming up on ice by Alex Darby, or Alex Tangways. He gets the puck past Mark Denis to tie things up 1-1. Columbus coach Dave King, not happy. Now in the second, score still tied at 1. Peter Forsberg uses a head fake on the swarming Blue Jacket defense. Get it? Ha, swarming. And scores the goal to give Colorado the lead. Third period now, and Dan Hinault finds the puck in midair. And so he takes a swipe at it, connects, and scores the goal. Colorado goes on to the 5-1 win. And while expansion Columbus fell in defeat, the same thing cannot be said for the Minnesota Wild. Last night, the Wild took on Tampa Bay at home, and we start second period. Minnesota up a goal when Darby Hendrickson gets the loose puck and fires a shot. It's stopped by Tampa goalie Kevin Weeks. Scott Fowler fires in the rebound. Now we're in the third. Score tied at 4 with just 2.5 minutes left when Marian Gorberick finds a deflected pass and gets the goal, while up 5-4 and go on for the 6-5 triumph. First ever win for Minnesota. Keeping it now in Minnesota, the man responsible for the death of NBA player Malik Sealy has been sentenced to 4 years in prison. Seeley was killed on May 20th when his sport utility vehicle ran head-on into the man's pickup truck on a Minnesota highway. The driver's alcohol content was almost 2 times the legal limit. The NBA season gets underway in less than 2 weeks. Last night's featured preseason game was at Atlanta. Let's hit the highlight reel. This guy coming up right now, that's Magic coach Doc Rivers telling his guys check out www.active7news.com. Magic are playing sharp ball from the beginning. Here the ball gets out to Mike Miller. He connects on the 3. Magic go up early. Later on now, that's Grant Hill. He's got the ball. That's a nice pass. That's a nice slam by Bo Outlaw. The Hawks say, hey Dave, we want to make the highlight reel too, so here we go. Larry Robinson connects on the 3-pointer. Nice shot, Larry. Wasn't enough though. Magic were too strong in this one and go on for the 101-93 win. The media that cover the Mid-American Conference are in Cleveland getting a preview of the men's and women's winter sports season. Today the men's teams will have their day, but yesterday belonged to the women. In women's basketball, the Ohio Bobcats were picked to finish 6th in the Eastern Division. This comes after a season in which the Lady Bobcats went 11-15 and 6-9 in the conference. Though they made the MAC tournament, they fell in the first round of Bowling Green. Kent State got 33 out of 37 votes by MAC sports writers and sportscasters, and is predicted to finish first in the East. Ohio football's big win over Kent State last weekend has drawn attention to the importance of the Bobcat special teams. Just how special are they? Active7 Sports' Mark Sickmiller finds out.
There's a reason the sport is called football, and I think these guys have something to do with it. Ohio head football coach Jim Grobe certainly thinks so.
But I think in Dave and Kevin's case, it makes special teams play a little easier for us because they're the 2 best kickers in the league.
Kicker Kevin Kerr actually leads the Bobcat team in scoring with 50 total points, but he says sometimes his job is bittersweet.
Sometimes you get down in the red zone and it's unfortunate if you don't make it in, so you have to kick a field goal. And we've attempted 12 field goals, and we've been scoring a lot lately, causing PATs, so they've just been adding up.
And when the points add up, punter Dave Zastadil couldn't be happier, even though he leads the league with 49 yards per boot.
I like to say if I'm not out there a lot, that means we're scoring a lot of points, and Kevin's getting a lot of field goals, and I don't know, we're winning. So points on the board usually means a W. So if I'm not out there, then I'm not mad, you know.
The Bobcats will be here in Peden Stadium Saturday for an afternoon kickoff, so feel free to come out and cheer them on and keep your eyes on the uprights. For Active7 Sports, I'm Mark Sickmiller.
Kickoff for the homecoming MAC matchup is at 2 p.m. The Bobcats take on 1-5 Central Michigan of the MAC West. The New York Giants retired Frank Gifford's uniform number 16 last week during a private dinner. Before becoming a broadcaster and Kathy Lee's husband, Gifford played several Pro Bowl seasons with the Giants. Commissioner Paul Tagliabue suggested the tribute as a way for celebrating Gifford's near 50 years of work in the NFL. Former NFL running back Lawrence Phillips is working hard to get back into professional football with the new XFL. Phillips, who's had numerous legal problems, wants to play for the Las Vegas Outlaws when the league starts in February. His record will be first reviewed by the league before any decision is made. And most people will tell you the Sydney Olympic Games ended 2 weeks ago, but a second worldwide celebration has gotten underway down under. The opening ceremonies of the Paralympic Games were held yesterday, and the event will run until October 29th. Around 4,000 athletes from 121 countries will compete for medals in 18 different sports. Now that's going to do it for me for sports, but don't forget, World Series starts this Saturday night. Mets at Yankees, Yankee Stadium, 8:15. Good stuff.
You gonna take the 4 train?
I'm going to take the 4, hit the 7, having some good times in New York. Can't stop there.
Thanks, Dave. There's a lot to do in Athens this weekend. Let's take a look at our calendar and then mark yours.
Shani Israel joins us now with weather.
Hi, Shani.
Hi.
So homecoming weekend, how's it looking?
It's looking beautiful. But right now the temperature is 55 degrees outside. The sun is beginning to shine on this hazy day in Athens. Currently there isn't any wind out there today. Barometer stands at 30.21. 100% humidity, so if you have curly hair like me, remember extra mousse before you head outside. And the visibility is 3 miles an hour. Let's look at the Ohio board. Lots of fog, lots of haze covering all of Ohio today. And the high spot for the day is right here in Dayton at 57 degrees, and the low spot is 10 degrees less, 47 in Portsmouth. Most of these temperatures are pretty low, but as the day progresses, in about an hour, hour and a half, they should be in the mid-60s, so if you head outside then, wear like a long sleeve shirt, you won't be too cold. Athens is sitting pretty at 56 degrees, and it was pretty foggy when you woke up this morning, but it is getting better, so don't worry. Take a look at our radar and check out the rain. Not too much rain on our radar today, and let me be the bearer of good news. For all of us in southeastern Ohio, this should be the way our radar looks all week. No rain is expected for the next 5 days. Even though we are staying dry, other parts of the country are not. Maine is dealing with some heavy rainfall, and parts of Texas are seeing some precipitation. Plus a couple of sprinkles in the southwestern states, but really nothing too bad is happening as far as precipitation goes. We'll take a look at our satellite. As you can see from our satellite picture, more clouds than rain in our country today. Maine is covered in clouds, and the cold front in the Montana and Idaho area is also carrying some cloud coverage. But as I mentioned before, the place to be is right where you are, because we here in Athens are cloud-free. Take a look at our day planner. Even though we had a cold start this morning, the day will shape up to be a pleasant one. This afternoon, expect temperatures in the high 60s, low 70s. This evening, skies will clear at 55 degrees. The overnight hours will dip down to a low of 43 degrees. Tonight is not a night for stargazing because the fog will be pretty dense all over Athens. Take a look at the full picture tomorrow. Right here in Maine and the northeastern states, there's a lot of rain, and the reason for this rain is right here. This is Michael. Hurricane Michael will be dissipating in the next couple of days, but until it does, it will cause rain and cloud coverage for that area. Some rain tomorrow in California, but nothing too bad to worry about. What we do have to think about here is right here. This is a low pressure system. It's not bringing rain, it is bringing colder temperatures and lots of cloud coverage, but the good news is it is not coming to our area. We will have fog in the morning and in the afternoon for the next 5 days or so, but we will have beautiful temperature, perfect for a homecoming weekend. Take a look at what's going on tomorrow. Tomorrow, as I mentioned before, it's going to be nice all week, and tomorrow is no exception. High of 74 and a low of 46 should bring us great weather with partly cloudy skies. Take a look at our 5-day forecast. Friday will be a great day for the taste of Athens. Everything is looking a-okay for the homecoming game. We will see a high of 76 and a low of 47 on Saturday. Still no rain on Sunday. Precipitation with a high of 73 and a low of 46. Monday, still no precipitation expected with a high of 71, and on Tuesday, still looking good with a high of 70 and a low of 43. So even though we are almost into November, temperatures are still looking as if it's September, and enjoy them while you can.
Oh, I will.
Great.
Thanks, Shani.
No problem.
Thanks. That's all the time we have for this Thursday edition of Active 7 News at Noon. For Nicole, Shani, and Dave, and the rest of the Active 7 gang, have a great homecoming weekend, and go Cats.